If you're familiar with vanillaware games, well, yeah. Like me, as soon as you see Blade of Fury in motion, I'm sure their games came to mind. It's kind of hard not to compare the two, but yeah, that's why I tried it out, and that's why we're going to check it out today. But first, this is Combat Overview. In these series of videos, I go over just that, the combat. To be a visual manual and give a more in-depth look into what a game has to offer, because too many reviews gloss over gameplay, calling it a button masher, or giving it the blanket statement, it's like DMC. Alright, so why we use our dual blades? We do fast swipes and end by sending enemies away, knocking them over. Believe it or not, but we can actually follow that up because, well, we have an off the ground option. So holding down while you attack will pop those grounded enemies up, letting us combo them some more. A good follow up after that is with our launcher. To do it, just hold up while you attack and both of you fly into the air. I'll go over the air stuff a bit more, but yeah. To actually use our greatsword. Slower swings, but way more impact. Because of that, just one hit will floor him. You can use that for quick crowd control or set up OTG follow-ups. The second swing can catch him before that knockdown to launch him up while we stay grounded. You can combo that toss up into the greatsword's launcher, can even jump after him or use a dual blades launcher instead. So there's already some combo stuff going on, and there's definitely some choice attacks that either influence you or your enemy's position in a certain way. There's no unique enders linking lights into our heavies, but instead it will skip around their stream. For example, the third swing on the greatsword would do this overhead attack. If we do 2 swipes with our dual blades and then use a greatsword, it'll skip to its third overhead swing. So in a way, it does have enders, but in a different way. Alright, now let's get into the air attacks. So B would jump, and we can double jump. We can do a combo with our lights that'll end with a spiral cutter downwards, or we can press down and attack to just go straight to the spiral. We also have combos with our greatsword that'll send enemies flying, and if we press down and next, we'll do a helm splitter. We can do 90% of our light combo into the greatswords, but you'll figure out that the double jump won't come out, which means no double jump resets to continue our combo this way. Instead, we can air dash with R, and this does reset our attacks, so we can extend our air combos even further, dealing more damage, which is pretty cool. Well, since I mentioned the dash, let's get into our defensive options. So one more time, we dash with R, you'll be completely invulnerable, and very useful to dodge through attacks and reposition. Our second option is blocking with L. There's both good and bad with this. So the bad is that it'll only cover whichever way you're facing. If someone hits your back, you're taking that hit. You can't move while blocking and you can't turn around. So you're locked in that direction, but it never came up as a problem to me, honestly. Oh yeah, you can't guard in here either. But we can evade in the air like I said, so it's all good. Now, the good stuff about our block, every time it's pressed correctly, we'll do a parry. Doing this will both knock people back and deal damage. And we can get pretty strong upgrades to it, like following that up with a counterattack, dealing big damage, or to reflect projectiles, and the ability to cancel our attacks at any point so we can get that parry on reaction. On a HUD, we got a health, and these are our finite healing items. With ZL and a face button, we'll use summons, one that will slow down enemies, heal you, or shoot this beam cannon. We also have souls to spend. Just go to these lamps throughout the map, and here you can switch out summons, but mainly you'll buy skills. You can get a double dash, parry attack follow-ups for both weapons, and so on. And I really appreciate we got these little preview videos to see what we're going to get. That's a nice little touch. When it comes to the enemies, we got a mix of spearmen, shield guys who will block your attacks so you gotta dodge behind them. Speaking of shields, there's even these tower knights basically, scally boys, and guys on horseback who want to play jousts with you. They also have a mix of attributes to them. If they're yellow, they have armor, which prevents them from being staggered. You can break them out of it by attacking them with your greatsword, or by getting parries. They also have different attack types. Yellow attacks are guard breaking moves. So yeah, don't hide behind that block because it will get destroyed, leaving you wide open. But the attack is still open to be parried, which is nice. Red attacks mean they're completely unblockable. So jump to avoid it or dodge through it. And yeah, that's Blade of Fury. So how the game is set up, you'll go from stage to stage that have a tiny bit of puzzle solving, tiny bit of platforming, and instead heavily leans into the combat from start to finish, which all comes together making it a short and straightforward run. Like 2.5 hours to beat the entire game kind of run. Quick playthrough, but it's a nice little compact game with a solid base. So if you want to have parries, launchers, OTGs, and enemies with different attack types that have you use your whole kit, well, here you go. And after it's all said and done, you unlock hard difficulty and a boss rush. Wish there was a survival mode since we have some fun stuff to mess with, but hey, if you want something to kinda scratch that vanillaware itch, this is the closest we're going to get. Because it has a really stylish art direction, and there's enough here to get little flashy combos going. But yeah, Blade of Fury makes for a good weekend play for sure. Well, more like a day session.